Day 203, Julia Morgan. I'm going to assume you've never heard the name, or at least it doesn't necessarily ring a bell. And yet, many of the buildings on this list, 365 Days of San Francisco, some of the most iconic buildings, not just in San Francisco, but in the Bay Area at large, and honestly, in the state of California, were designed by this woman, Julia Morgan. So, in my capacity as a historian, as the owner of a tourism company, the name came up a lot, Julia Morgan, and it's a name that I came to recognize. And when I finally took the moment to look up who this person was, I was absolutely blown away. So, not only did Julia Morgan reinforce, let's just begin there, reinforce the Fairmont Hotel after the 1906 earthquake and fires, which is what kind of made a name for herself for using this reinforced concrete technique. And I know I started in the middle, now I'm going to go all over the place, but she was the first person to graduate, the first woman to graduate from UC Berkeley with an engineering degree, because they did not have an architecture program at the time. So she graduated from UC Berkeley with a degree in civil engineering, studied under Bernard Maybeck, who was the head of the architecture department, I guess maybe what became the architecture department. Bernard Maybeck created the Palace of Fine Arts. He was the designer behind the Palace of Fine Arts. So he's always been an architect and designer that I have had a great amount of admiration for. But this person, Julia Morgan, may have been more brilliant than him. She designed over 700 buildings in California. And after she graduated from UC Berkeley, Bernard Maybeck told her that she should go and study at the Université Nationale des Beaux-Arts in Paris. So like the top architectural institute in the entire world, where he himself went. It took her 3 tries to get in. They only accept the top 30 applicants. And to add insult to injury, they kind of cap you. They don't want anybody older than 30. So because it took her 3 tries to get in, and obviously you keep getting older, anyway, I won't even get into they like this woman. It definitely helped that she was white. Let's not forget that. But she faced so many obstacles that men would never have faced, and overcame all these obstacles. And something that really impressed me is that she never had like this flashy celebrity exterior. She was a very hard worker, but largely unknown. Like nobody really knew her, despite she worked on Sather Gate. She worked on this Presbyterian church that in Berkeley that's now the Berkeley Playhouse. That's what she considered to be her greatest work. Hearst Castle, yeah, the Greek theater at UC Berkeley. A bunch of buildings at Mills College as well, which, as you know, may or may not know, is an all-women's college in Oakland. And that's kind of where she made a name for herself as well, in addition to the Fairmont, because so many of her buildings survived the earthquake and fires that she was commissioned with all of this other work. So that's literally just the tip of the iceberg of this really incredible person named Julia Morgan, who opened so many doors and who overcame a good amount of controversy, a good amount of hardship, and a good amount of barriers in her life to have just a really remarkable career. Because even if you may not be familiar with the name Julia Morgan, I can assure you that you are familiar with at the very least, one, if not two, if not a whole lot more of the buildings that she designed.